Hi friends, it's me Stace. Welcome back to another Friday PIP, which is our Pinterest inspired project. And today's project, very easy. We are making this box/bag, very similar to what we made yesterday for our No Gadget Needed, but this one has like a little belly band and also a flap. Alright, so to get started, you will need a piece of pattern paper. This piece measures 12 inches by 6. You're going to score this at 3 3/4, 5 3/4, 9 1/2, and 11 1/2 on the 12-inch side. On the 6-inch side, you're going to score it at 1 1/4 on each end. And now I'm going to take our bone folder and just fold all those score marks, or crease on all the score marks. And then we're going to go this way. One more right here. Alright, so now looking at your box here, you have this small flap over there and our larger ones over here. We're going to first cut on all these score marks going up. So I'm going to cut on this one right here, and then this one, and this one. I'm going to turn it around and cut on all these score marks as well. So cut up to that score mark, that horizontal score mark on both sides. Alright, so now again we have that small flap over here. So we're going to remove these two flaps, so the small one and the one next to it. Completely take them off. And I'm going to turn it around. Then we have this large flap and this flap. We're going to take those off as well. And I'll show you what this looks like when I'm done cutting these out. You can use your trimmer. You want to make sure this is straight. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so I got one of those out of there. Let's get this one. Okay. So now it should look like that. But now we're going to come in and miter the corners just by going in a little bit of angle. This reduces bulk and helps the box go together a little bit easier. And I'm going to do that on all the ends here. You know, because we had that score mark that we're cutting on, sometimes you can be off by a little bit, and that's really going to mess up the box as far as it going together, having that little bit of bulk there. So by eliminating that bulk, it makes it a little bit easier. Okay. Alright, so also on this flap here, this little flap, just miter that very bottom a little bit. And we're going to remove these two flaps as well. I completely forgot about them. Alright, let me remove these two flaps. Okay, let me miter that corner. Alright, so now after all the cutting is done, it's going to look like that. Okay? Now this is going to be our flap, the front flap. So I'm going to take my corner rounder. And I'm going to round the corners. I'm using the 1/4 inch side. Okay, there is our box. Now we're going to put some glue on this little flap right there. I'm using Art Glitter Glue. I'm going to take my finger and just kind of spread it out so it has even coverage of that glue. Make sure I go edge to edge. Then bringing this over. Lining it up with this part on this side. Make sure you're even. Okay. And this will lay flat for you once you have that lined up. Alright, so now we have that. Now we have, I'm going to move my top flap out of the way and lay this down here. So now we have, oops, this one flap, my friends. Don't cut that flap off. You needed that flap. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're only supposed to cut off that little flap, not the other flap, because I don't have a flap there now. Okay, that's okay. Pretend there's a flap there, okay, because that would go there. Alright, so I'm going to put some glue on this one. Yeah, definitely needed that flap there. Alright, it's okay though, right? It'll still be a box. You get the idea, right? Alright, I'm going to go in there and just press on that in there. Okay, so there's our box, right? Looks just like this. Alright, so now we're going to just take this and kind of just pinch it, just like we did yesterday, and then bring the flap over, and that's our little box, right? Super, super cute. Now, we want to create a belly band for that. Hang on. Okay. So I just have a coordinating paper. I'm going to take a little binder clip right there and just kind of hold that for me. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to have it stop in the middle, the front here. I'm going to pinch as I go around. Then bring it around here. You don't want this to be too tight, but also not too loose, okay? All right, so I think that's where we're going to be. Let me just double check. Actually, that's not. It's way too big. Okay, let's bring this guy back over. Okay, and I'm going to just cut it. I can see where it's going to overlap. I'm going to just take my scissors and cut it. We're going to be hiding this part anyway. Okay, let's bring this back in. We're going to put some glue here. Now, you don't want to have this be too tight. Okay, the idea of a belly band is that you're able to open the project without destroying it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on that little flap right there on the very bottom one. Okay, and then make sure everything's straight and centered. Bring this over, but give myself a little bit of give. Okay, just like that. I'm going to kind of hold that there, take this off, and take this off so I can work with this by itself. Okay, just really get that glue on there. Now if you want to, you could use a sticky strip or a red tape. All right, let's put this back on there. On our box with no bottom, right? All right, but that's okay. You get the idea. And I will have the link to the person who inspired this on my website, on my blog, with the coordinating blog post below. I said how to hide that yucky cut. I went ahead and stamped a greeting, and I used this old Stampin' Up! Punch. This is called Decorative Label, to cut that out. So you could use, of course, a square or a circle. It says, "You are a beloved friend in all seasons." I'm going to take 2 foam squares. I'm going to put them pretty much side by side in the middle. Give them a good pinch. Take the backings off of those. And then our box is going to be done as soon as we stick this little guy on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of get in the middle there. Okay, how cute is that little box, right? Very simple. So we have this one and we have this one. So again, you can take this whole thing off very easily. Just slide it off. They can access the trees. And this is a good sized box. This is 3 1/4, I believe. Yeah, 3 1/4 by, let me just double check. 3 1/4 by almost 2 inches. It's a good size box. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so they got their trees. They're done. They want to keep the box. They can just slide this little belly band back on without destroying it. How super cute. All right, my friends, there you have it. Our very easy Pinterest inspired project. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.